Hi, this is Don with Ridge Engineering. In this tutorial, I'm going to quickly show how to use the speech recognition feature that we've recently added to GPS to LT3. Now this tutorial will make a lot more sense if you've watched the Introduction to GPS to LT3 tutorial. So I suggest if you haven't watched that yet, that you stop this, watch that, and then come back to this, because I'm not going to go through the entire GPS to LT3 program. I'm just going to show you how the speech recognition stuff works. Okay, so if you're going to be using the speech recognition, you're going to be using a GPS receiver like the one shown on the left here, and a headset like the one shown on the right. Now there's hundreds, if not thousands, of possible headsets you can use, and we don't know anything about them except the one we bought, which was a Logitech headset. Looks sort of like the one in this picture and cost about 30 bucks. Seems to work fine. So doesn't seem like something you need to spend $100 on or $200 on. But I'm not sure I'd buy a $10 one either, because you want it to work reasonably well. And so the headset plugs into the laptop running Windows 7, 8, or 10, and you won't be using the remote control if you're using the speech recognition, so there shouldn't be a problem with USB ports. So let me get rid of this screen, and when you run GPS to LT3, this is the first screen, and we got to give it a name. So I'm just going to call this test speech recog 1. How's that? Here's a. All right. I'm gonna have enable speech recognition enabled. I'm gonna have input run direction at the start of each run enabled, and enable reasons for delay, but I'm not going to have the remote control enabled. And I'm using the generic USB. This COM port happens to be 6, 4800 baud, and I'm using the GPS read mode 1, which, if you don't know what it means, then you didn't watch the other tutorial. So don't worry about it. All right. Now, when I go to the next screen, because the tutorial that I'm making here uses a headset, and so does the speech recognition, I have to be a little bit careful. So I'm going to go to the next screen, and then I'm not going to do any voiceover, at least not when I record this. And I'm just going to, so what you'll hear is the commands that I speak into the headset. And when you hear the little computery voice, that's the computer responding to my commands. So you should be able to follow it and see what's happening without too much trouble. So I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to stop talking except for the commands for the speech recognition. Oh, see, okay, now here's something that even I do. So you need a shorter, we'll just call it speech. How's that? So these can't be more than 12 characters for reasons explained in the other tutorial. So I'm going to hit OK. Run start northbound.
Run start northbound.
Delay 1.
Delay 1.
Delay 2.
Delay 2.
Delay 3.
Delay 3.
Delay 9.
Delay 9.
Run stop.
Run stop.
Run start southbound.
Run start southbound.
Delay 1.
Delay 1.
delay 2,
delay 2,
run stop,
run stop,
there. So now I'm back at the main screen and I can talk again. Now, hopefully that was reasonably clear. I went to the next screen, and then typically I'd be driving towards the beginning of the course, and then just as I was getting to the beginning of the course, I would say run start northbound, and the speech recognition would recognize the run, start, and northbound as words and put them together and would start the run. Now the way speech recognition works is you usually have a trigger word or two and then maybe a follow-up word. So in our case, you can't just say start or let's get the run going, Harry. You have to say run, start, and there has to be a little bit of a pause between the run and the start. So you have to say run, start, and you can't say start, run. It has to be the right order. Run, start, and then the direction, has to be northbound, eastbound, westbound, or whatever I didn't say. And can't say anything else. You can't say let's go that way. So you have these words, and you don't necessarily have to teach the computer how to listen to you. There is a way of doing that, and I'll show that at the end of this tutorial. So normally the software is smart enough to understand your text without going through the process of teaching it. We don't know how well this is going to work yet, so we're trying it to see how it goes. So you go to the next screen, you say run start, and the direction, if you have the input run direction enabled. If you don't have this input run direction at start of each run enabled, then you just say run start, and you don't have to have run start and then something else. So the software knows that if the input run direction and start of each run is enabled, there should be another word after the run start, and if there isn't, it shouldn't do anything. To stop the run, you just say run stop, and that always has to be run stop, and it should react within a second or so. And then the delay values, the trigger word is the word delay, and then a number between 1 and 16. So you can just say delay 1, delay 9, and delay 15, and it should recognize the numbers and show it up on the screen. And you should hear the response back in your headphones. So use that as positive feedback that your command was accepted. If you don't hear it, it didn't happen. So make sure that you can hear the reply and go from there. Now, one of the possible problems with this thing is it being falsely triggered by ambient noise, like the radio or something. So if you're not doing delays, especially, then there's no reason to be talking into the microphone the entire time you're driving, except for the very beginning of the run and the very end of the run. So you should, in that case, it's nice to have a headset that you can turn off the microphone. And a lot of them have that feature. So you might want to look and make sure that the microphone, there's a way of muting the microphone, and the 3 or 4 that we've seen all have that feature. So it looks like it's a fairly standard thing. And then turn off the microphone after you've started the run and it's going. Try to remember to turn it back on just before the end of the run, so that it'll hear the end of the command. Okay, so that's that's really all we need to show you right now. If you're interested in trying this, just let us know. And obviously, if you have problems, let us know. So now I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause, and I'll show you how to teach the computer your voice a little bit. And if it turns out that your voice, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to be picked up and translated properly, this might help. So I'm going to pause. I'm back. Now, this computer that I'm using right now is a Windows 7 computer. If you have Windows 8 or Windows 10, it's basically the same idea, just slightly different looking screens. What I did is I went to the lower left hand corner of the computer and to the search feature, and I just put in speech. And when you do that, you get a few options, and one of them is the speech recognition. Configure your speech recognition, and it's part of the control panel, and it's in the speech section of the control panel. So you should end up at a screen that looks like this, and so you can set up the microphone, and this, so you put in the type of microphone, and you'll probably, this will be a headset, and then it tells you, you know, sort of, and then it wants you to read this sentence, and I'm not going to do that. There's, and then, so that's learned a little bit about, that's setting up the microphone and the volume and the balance and things like that. And then you can go to this section. So in here you read aloud to the computer, and the speech recognition learns a little bit how you speak. All right, so if you're having trouble with the software recognizing those key words, then this might help. And we don't know, and partly we don't know because the testing that we've done around here, it's always worked without any of this training. So, but different people, different accents, maybe accents cause a problem, I don't know. But this might help. So I'm not going to go through it. I'll let you do it. So just find this section and go through it, and I think it even asks your name. So if you have different people, you can set the computer up for different people, and there's a way of doing that. Okay, so that's all we really wanted to do in this tutorial. So hopefully you can try the speech recognition, and hopefully it works really well. Thank you.